Have you ever felt that unspoken distance growing between you and your partner? That ache of longing for connection, yet being unsure how to bridge the gap. As we age, the dynamics of intimacy in relationships shift in ways that can feel confusing, frustrating, and even heartbreaking. But here's the truth. While change is inevitable, it doesn't have to mean the end of closeness, passion, or love. In today's video, we'll explore the deeply personal and transformative story of John and Mary, a couple navigating the challenges of intimacy in their later years. Their journey is one of vulnerability, resilience, and rediscovery, showing how even the most strained connections can be healed with understanding and intention. You'll learn why physical intimacy is about more than just the act itself, how it affects emotional well-being, self-worth, and even physical health. We'll also uncover the profound changes that aging brings to both men and women, and how these changes can either divide or strengthen a relationship, depending on how they're approached. By the end of this video, you'll discover practical tools and insights to overcome the silence and emotional distance that can creep into long-term relationships, rekindle intimacy and connection in ways that honor your evolving needs and desires, understand the hidden physical and emotional impacts of reduced intimacy, and how to address them with compassion. Find inspiration to create a deeper, more fulfilling bond with your partner, no matter your age or stage in life. Whether you're currently in a relationship or reflecting on your own experiences, this video offers valuable lessons for anyone seeking love, connection, and self-discovery as they navigate the changes that come with aging. So, stay with us until the end, because the most important steps to rekindling intimacy and reigniting love might be simpler than you think. Let's begin. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, I encourage you to click the subscribe button and ring the notification bell to stay updated on all our latest content. I'm eager to hear your thoughts on today's topic. If you enjoy the content, please comment 1 below. If it doesn't resonate with you, leave a 0. Your feedback is crucial as it helps me create better videos that align with your interests. Now, let's get started. As we delve into the intricate layers of human connection, we embark on a poignant exploration of the challenges faced by couples like John and Mary, a couple bravely confronting the absence of physical intimacy in their marriage. Their story is one of resilience, vulnerability, and rediscovery, illuminating the profound impact of sexual intimacy on emotional and relational well-being. Through their journey, we'll uncover how the absence of physical closeness can silently corrode the foundations of a relationship, and how, with love and commitment, they can transform this challenge into an opportunity for growth and deeper connection. Let us tread gently into this delicate terrain, where the human need for intimacy intertwines with the emotional, physical, and spiritual dimensions of love. It is here, in the often overlooked depths of mature relationships, that we find fertile ground for healing, self-discovery, and transformation, a place where vulnerability becomes strength, and even the deepest wounds can lead to renewal. As we age, change becomes an inevitable part of life. Our priorities shift, our bodies evolve, and our understanding of intimacy deepens in ways that are both unexpected and enlightening. While youth often equates sexuality with the purely physical, maturity reveals its multifaceted nature, a complex blend of emotional connection, mental stimulation, and spiritual closeness. Yet, when physical intimacy wanes or disappears entirely, it can leave behind an aching void that touches every corner of a relationship, sowing seeds of disconnection, frustration, and loneliness. For men, the lack of sexual activity after 50 can bring a cascade of physical and emotional challenges. On a physiological level, reduced intimacy can impact cardiovascular health, disrupt hormonal balance, and heighten the risk of prostate-related complications. Sleep quality may decline, and the immune system may weaken, leaving the body vulnerable to illness. However, these physical symptoms pale in comparison to the emotional toll. Many men grapple with feelings of inadequacy, low self-worth, and the isolating weight of depression. The absence of physical intimacy can strip away a man's confidence in his role as a partner, leaving him questioning his value and desirability. Emotionally, the lack of intimacy can create a chasm between partners. Unspoken fears and insecurities can lead to misunderstandings, resentment, and a sense of rejection. For men who have long tied their sense of masculinity to their sexual vitality, the loss of intimacy can feel like a personal failure, casting a long shadow over their relationships and their sense of self. For women, the changes that accompany aging, particularly menopause, bring their own set of challenges. The decline in estrogen levels can lead to reduced libido, vaginal dryness, and discomfort or pain during intimacy. What was once a source of joy and connection can become a source of anxiety and avoidance. Beyond the physical changes, many women struggle with feelings of diminished attractiveness and desirability. The reflection in the mirror may no longer align with their internal sense of self, leading to a fragile confidence and a deep sense of loss. These shifts can reverberate through a relationship, creating barriers to communication and closeness that may feel insurmountable. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. The absence of physical intimacy is not merely about the lack of sex. It is about the erosion of connection, the loss of shared moments that affirm love and partnership. In a marriage, where physical closeness often serves as a language of love, its absence can leave words unspoken and emotions untended. Over time, the void grows, manifesting in loneliness, even when lying side by side in the same bed. This silent detachment can be profoundly painful, a reminder of what was and what is now missing. For couples like John and Mary, the strain of such disconnection can lead to far-reaching consequences. Trust, once the cornerstone of their relationship, may begin to waver as unmet needs and unresolved feelings create fertile ground for resentment or infidelity. The search for validation or fulfillment outside the marriage can fracture the foundation of trust, leaving both partners grappling with feelings of betrayal and heartache. The stability of the relationship, once taken for granted, is called into question, leaving both partners feeling adrift. Yet, even in the face of such challenges, there is hope. For John and Mary, the road to healing begins with vulnerability, a willingness to confront their fears, desires, and insecurities together. It is not an easy path, but it is a necessary one. Through open communication and mutual compassion, they can begin to rebuild their connection, redefining intimacy in ways that honor their evolving needs and circumstances. Intimacy, they come to learn, is not confined to the bedroom. It is in the shared laughter over morning coffee, the gentle touch of a hand on a shoulder, and the quiet moments of understanding that pass between them. It is in the willingness to seek help, whether through therapy, medical intervention, or honest conversation, and in the courage to explore new ways of connecting, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. For many couples, the journey toward renewed intimacy is a journey of self-discovery as much as it is a journey of connection. It is an opportunity to explore what it means to love and be loved in the face of life's changes. It is a reminder that love is not a static force but a dynamic, ever-evolving bond that requires care, attention, and a willingness to adapt. Through their shared efforts, John and Mary find that the absence of physical intimacy is not the end of their story but the beginning of a new chapter, one defined by deeper understanding, greater compassion, and a renewed sense of partnership. Their story is a testament to the resilience of love and the transformative power of vulnerability. So, let us step into this exploration with open hearts, knowing that the challenges faced by John and Mary are universal. In their struggles, we see reflections of our own fears and hopes, and in their triumphs, we find inspiration to face our own. For in love, as in life, it is not the absence of difficulty that defines us, but the courage to confront it together, hand in hand, with unwavering faith in the bond we share. However, it is crucial to remember that the journey toward revitalizing sexual intimacy in a relationship does not have an expiration date. Age, while it brings undeniable changes, should never be seen as a barrier to reigniting the spark of connection and passion. It is never too late to reclaim the intimacy that once formed the cornerstone of a loving partnership. At the heart of this transformation lies the power of open and honest communication, a willingness to express fears, share desires, and confront vulnerabilities with trust and compassion. These conversations, though potentially uncomfortable, can act as a bridge to deeper understanding, allowing couples to navigate the complexities of their evolving relationship with patience and empathy. Exploring new forms of intimacy and pleasure is another powerful path toward rekindling connection. Intimacy is not confined to physical acts alone. It can manifest in the simplest gestures of love and affection. A gentle touch on the shoulder, lingering eye contact, or sharing laughter during mundane tasks can breathe new life into a relationship. Couples can discover that even as their bodies change, their capacity for closeness and connection remains intact, often deepening as they learn to embrace and celebrate these transformations together. Beyond emotional connection, the role of physical and emotional health cannot be overstated. Nurturing the body with a balanced diet, engaging in regular physical activity, and incorporating stress management techniques are foundational steps toward maintaining vitality and a sense of well-being. These practices not only promote overall health, but also contribute significantly to a fulfilling sex life. Activities like yoga, meditation, and mindfulness can also enhance relaxation, self-awareness, and connection, creating a fertile environment for intimacy to thrive. In conclusion, while the lack of sexual intimacy after 50 can present challenges to physical health, emotional well-being, and marital harmony, it is far from an insurmountable obstacle. With a shared willingness to communicate openly, explore new expressions of intimacy, and prioritize self-care, couples can rediscover the joys of a deeply satisfying and enriching sex life. The key lies in fostering love, respect, and genuine connection, a testament to the enduring strength of a committed relationship. It is never too late to seek happiness, fulfillment, and intimacy in every stage of life. Life's journey is one of constant growth and rediscovery, where every chapter holds the potential for new beginnings. Age should not be seen as a diminishing of possibilities, but as an invitation to deepen our relationships and enrich our experiences. My dear friends, we now arrive at the much-anticipated story of John and Mary, a narrative that may resonate with many of you listening. Their story is not intended to evoke regret or sadness, but to inspire hope, a guiding light toward understanding and embracing sexuality at this tender stage of life. It serves as a reminder that, with courage, patience, and wisdom, we can face the challenges of aging and emerge stronger, more connected, and more fulfilled than ever before. Let's begin the story. Once upon a time, there was a middle-aged couple, John and Mary, whose love story began decades ago. They met during their college years, a chance encounter at the campus library that sparked a connection neither could ignore. Over time, their bond deepened, and they built a life together filled with shared dreams, laughter, and a steadfast commitment to supporting one another through life's trials and triumphs. From raising children to navigating careers, John and Mary's partnership had always been their greatest source of strength. As they entered their 50s, however, they began to notice subtle but unsettling changes in their relationship. The passion and spontaneity that once characterized their intimate life had begun to fade. What was once effortless now seemed elusive, and the small gestures of physical affection that once came naturally began to feel strained. Nights that were once filled with closeness and connection were now marked by silence and a growing emotional distance. At first, they dismissed these changes as an inevitable part of aging. "This is just how it is," Mary thought to herself, while John reassured himself that their love didn't need constant physical affirmation. Yet, as time passed, the void between them grew. Mary began to feel invisible, wondering if John still found her desirable. John, on the other hand, felt a deep sense of inadequacy, questioning whether he was still capable of meeting Mary's needs. These silent struggles created an invisible wall between them, a wall built not out of anger or resentment, but of unspoken fears and unmet needs. Despite the distance, their love for each other remained steadfast. Both longed to bridge the gap, to rediscover the closeness they once shared, but neither knew how to begin the conversation. It was one fateful evening, after weeks of unspoken tension, that John finally found the courage to break the silence. Sitting together in the living room, he reached for Mary's hand and said, "We need to talk." What followed was a conversation filled with vulnerability, honesty, and even tears. Mary shared her insecurities about aging, the physical changes brought by menopause, her fears of no longer being attractive to John, and the emotional toll of feeling distant from him. John admitted his own struggles, his worries about his diminishing libido, his uncertainty about how to express his love in ways that resonated with their new reality, and his deep desire to reconnect with Mary. That night marked a turning point. For the first time in years, they felt truly seen and heard by one another. They realized that their challenges were not insurmountable obstacles but opportunities to grow closer, to redefine intimacy, and to build a new chapter of their relationship rooted in deeper understanding and mutual compassion. From that day forward, John and Mary approached their relationship with renewed intention. They explored new ways to connect, from sharing small acts of affection during their daily routines to experimenting with forms of physical intimacy that honored their changing bodies. They also prioritized their health, taking long walks together, cooking nutritious meals, and even joining a yoga class to improve their physical and emotional well-being. Through these efforts, the wall between them began to crumble. They rediscovered the joy of simply being in each other's presence, laughing together, holding hands, and sharing moments of quiet understanding. Their journey was not without challenges, but each step brought them closer to the intimacy and connection they had once feared was lost. John and Mary's story is a testament to the resilience of love and the transformative power of communication and vulnerability. It serves as a reminder that even in the face of life's inevitable changes, intimacy can be rediscovered, nurtured, and celebrated at any age. So, my friends, let us take inspiration from their journey. No matter where you are in life, it is never too late to embrace the possibilities of love, intimacy, and connection. Together, we can face the challenges of aging with grace, courage, and the unwavering belief that the best is yet to come. John, a passionate and hard-working man, had always been known for his vitality and determination. Throughout his life, he approached challenges with confidence, whether at work or in his personal life. However, as he approached his mid-50s, John began noticing changes in his body that he couldn't ignore. His once steady libido had started to wane, and he found it increasingly difficult to maintain an erection. At first, he dismissed these symptoms, chalking them up to stress from his demanding job and the natural fatigue of aging. But deep down, he felt a creeping sense of unease, a quiet voice whispering that something more significant was happening. As weeks turned into months, John's frustration grew. He felt as though his body had betrayed him, and with it, his sense of masculinity. The quiet confidence he once carried now seemed fragile, overshadowed by self-doubt and fear. How could he express his concerns to Mary without seeming weak? How could he explain the loss he felt? A loss not just of physical ability, but of the intimate connection that had once been so central to their relationship. Mary, on the other hand, was facing her own struggles. A strong, compassionate, and understanding woman, she had always been the emotional anchor in their marriage. But menopause brought with it a wave of changes she hadn't anticipated. The hormonal shifts caused her libido to diminish, and she noticed a decline in her body's natural response to intimacy. Vaginal dryness made physical connection uncomfortable, even painful at times, and she found herself withdrawing from moments that once brought her joy. While Mary loved John deeply, she couldn't shake the insecurities that had taken root. She worried about her own desirability and felt a quiet fear that she was failing to meet her husband's needs. The once vibrant passion they had shared seemed to be slipping away, replaced by silence and unspoken concerns. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. As the physical distance between them grew, so too did the emotional one. Nights that were once filled with closeness and laughter were now marked by a quiet tension. Both John and Mary felt alone in their struggles, each assuming the other was too preoccupied or unwilling to address the changes in their relationship. The intimacy that had once been the bedrock of their marriage now felt like a distant memory. Yet, despite their struggles, neither John nor Mary was ready to give up on their relationship. The love they had for one another was still strong, and it was this love that ultimately gave them the courage to confront their challenges together. One evening, after weeks of growing distance, John mustered his courage and said, "Mary, can we talk?" The conversation that followed was raw and filled with vulnerability. John opened up about the changes he had been experiencing, sharing his frustrations and fears. He admitted how difficult it had been to face his declining libido and erectile challenges, and how he worried about how it might affect Mary. His honesty was met with understanding. Mary, in turn, shared her own struggles, the insecurity she felt about her body, the discomfort caused by menopause, and her fears about their drifting intimacy. For the first time in years, they truly saw and heard each other. Their conversation became a turning point, a moment of clarity that reminded them both of the deep love and commitment they shared. They realized that their challenges were not failures, but opportunities to grow closer and explore new ways to connect. Together, they began to take action. They decided to approach their intimacy with curiosity and openness, exploring new avenues of pleasure and connection. They experimented with extended foreplay, sensual massages, and sexual toys, allowing themselves to rediscover their bodies and desires without the pressure of performance. These moments were not just about physical connection, but about rebuilding trust, closeness, and joy in their relationship. Recognizing the need for professional guidance, they sought the help of a sex therapist. Through therapy, they learned tools to enhance their communication and develop strategies to reignite their passion. The therapist encouraged them to see their evolving intimacy not as a loss but as a new chapter, a chance to redefine what closeness and connection meant for them as a couple. As they embraced these changes, something remarkable began to happen. The wall of distance that had once divided them started to crumble, replaced by a renewed sense of partnership. John and Mary discovered that intimacy could be expressed in countless ways, through touch, shared laughter, meaningful conversations, and even moments of quiet companionship. They learned to appreciate the small, everyday gestures that brought them closer, realizing that intimacy was as much about emotional connection as it was about physical. Over time, John's confidence returned, and Mary found herself feeling more secure and attractive. They learned to adapt to the changes age had brought and, in doing so, found a deeper, more fulfilling connection than they had imagined possible. Their love for one another, tested by the challenges of aging, emerged stronger and more resilient. John and Mary's journey is a testament to the power of vulnerability, communication, and mutual commitment. It is a reminder that the challenges of aging do not have to mark the end of passion and intimacy, but can instead be the beginning of a beautiful transformation. Together, they discovered that love, when nurtured with patience and understanding, can endure and flourish at any stage of life. Their story is one of hope and resilience, a reminder to us all that no matter the challenges we face, the strength of a committed relationship lies in the willingness to face them together. As we come to the end of John and Mary's journey, we are reminded of the profound resilience of love and the transformative power of vulnerability and connection. Their story is not just about them. It reflects the shared struggles, triumphs, and opportunities for growth that many couples experience as they age. The lessons learned from their challenges and successes can inspire us all to prioritize communication, embrace change, and cultivate intimacy in its many beautiful forms. So now, let me ask you, what have you learned from this story? Is there a specific insight or action that resonates with you? Perhaps it's the importance of open communication, the courage to address challenges together, or the idea that intimacy evolves but never loses its importance. We'd love to hear from you. Share in the comments below one thing you've learned from this video and how you plan to apply it to your own life. Your experiences and reflections might just inspire someone else on their journey. And if you found value in this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more content that explores the many dimensions of life, love, and aging. Together, let's create a community where wisdom, support, and meaningful connection flourish. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.